Hello, I'm Dr. Stephen Giannopoulos, also known as Dr. Stephen G. Welcome to my YouTube channel. The title of this video is going to be framing the conversation around making choices for your diet. I think it's very important to put diets into perspective, and the reason we have to put it into perspective is to ask yourself first, why am I making a choice about diet? Most people make choices around their diet because they have a certain goal they want to achieve, they have a problem they want to solve, they have an event they want to train for. There's always a reason why you would make a dietary change. And if there is a goal that you have or a problem you'd like to solve, there's a whole lot of questions that go with that, right? What is the family history? What is your medical history? How old are you? Are you in your late teens, early 20s trying to recover from a sports injury, or are you approaching your senior years and you're noticing a little bit of cognitive decline and you're concerned that you might wind up like one of your parents, right? So there's different reasons to make different choices, and then the question becomes, we're not really here watching this channel, watching this video, trying to determine what's good for me and bad for me, because good food and bad food is kind of a silly conversation, right? We all can take our iPhone and take a photograph of everything we've eaten for the last 30 days and kind of have a general idea, was that good for me, was that bad for me? We all make choices that are bad for us, we all make choices that are good for us. If you're getting it right most of the time and you're young and you're healthy and you have no complaints, well then just try to get it right 80% of the time, and that's called moderation, and you don't have to be watching this video in order to accomplish that. However, if you're here thinking that a problem can be solved by making dietary changes, meaning you're using diet medicinally to accomplish a certain goal, all right, now we're having a conversation, because that's typically what I do. I recommend diets to help people achieve a certain goal. So for example, people who are suffering from chronic pain. Well, I want to know, in addition to the structural problems that your MRI or your x-rays may reveal, bulging discs and degenerative changes in your spine, we also know that chronic pain can be related to chronic inflammation, and chronic inflammation has a metabolic component. Chronic inflammation can come from your gut. Matter of fact, it mostly comes from your gut. So making dietary changes can alter how you experience pain. Now, there are also patients I've had over the many years that I've been in practice who are athletes that have persistent post-concussion syndrome, and they're just not getting better, right? So, they just have doctors that tell them to go into a darkness and put glasses on and lay in bed until it goes away, and it doesn't go away, and it's actually those kinds of recommendations make them worse. So we can use diet and lifestyle to affect physiology to help drive them in a better direction. There are people who have family history that they want to avoid. There are people who have their own medical history that they want to reverse, right? There's prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, all kinds of metabolic challenges that people have that they say, well, I want to get involved here. I want to help myself out by making some of these lifestyle changes. And I think my job is to help you make a decision on what is going to give you the most bang for your buck. What's going to give you the best outcome? Is there a way to use diet and lifestyle to affect your physiology? So on this channel, on this YouTube channel, we are going to be going through all of those scenarios in certain videos. So again, weight loss, reducing inflammation, general cognitive decline, people who suffer from bipolar disorder, anxiety, severe depression, they all have seen changes in their experience when altering their diet in a certain way. We just want to help you make the right decision for yourself, and perhaps that can help you take less medication. For some people, even get off of medication. And again, that's between you and your doctor. Don't leave this video, don't leave this YouTube channel thinking that I'm your doctor, because I'm certainly not your doctor. But if you are under care of a doctor, then any ideas that you get from learning on this YouTube channel, by all means, bring it up to them. See if they think it's a good idea for you to make those changes. And when we're talking about making dietary changes, we're not talking about doing things that are terribly dangerous, especially if we're doing it for a certain period of time. But again, always encourage you, if you're under the care of a doctor, to seek approval for any decisions that you make, especially if you're taking medications or being treated for any conditions. Now, if you do have a medical condition, one of the questions you may be having is, well, is my previous diet the cause of my medical condition? And perhaps that is true. It could be. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes your previous diet may have been fine. I have patients who are like, look, I've been eating healthy and consciously for the last 20 years, this problem I have came out of nowhere. So it's not that their diet caused their problem, but changing their diet can help improve their problem, if that makes sense. When making these decisions, we also want to know, does it pass the smell test for basic human physiology? We want to know if, there's just a good rationale for making this type of decision. And then, of course, we can look into the literature and see if there's any support for that, right? So looking for research is certainly important, but the research needed for making short-term dietary changes is far different from the research you need for taking dangerous medications, right? So if you're being prescribed medication that has a laundry list of side effects, that risk to benefit ratio is really something you should look at. But when you're making short-term dietary changes, by short-term, anything 3 months or less is certainly short-term, but I believe anything less than a year is short-term. And for the most part, you're not taking dramatic risks by making dietary changes. And then the other question is, how long should you wait before you notice if this is helping you or not? And you should notice if it's helping you. On the short end, it could be 7 to 10 days. There are people who experience dramatic changes if they alter their diet in just 3 to 5 days. So many gastrointestinal disorders, you make the right decision, in 3 to 5 days, you're headed in the right direction. That doesn't mean you reverse and solve all the problems in the world in 3 to 5 days or 10 days or 21 days or a month. But in that first month, you should be able to look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm clearly headed in the right direction. I'd like to keep going, or I noticed nothing and I think I should try a different strategy. So again, framing the conversation around diet is important. Anyone who jumps on this YouTube channel and writes in, I've been eating anything I want in moderation my whole life and I'm super healthy and that works for me and that should work for you. Well, take a look at that person's profile and see who they are. Are they just some 27-year-old gym rat who hasn't had enough time to dysfunction in their life, or are they just genetically gifted in a way that's different from you? I will tell you that if you're listening to me right now, after this much time has passed in the video, you have a problem to solve. And I hope that we can help you solve those problems. So please keep on watching these videos, subscribe to this channel, get a notification every time we post a video. We're going to be posting these videos on a weekly basis, if not more frequent, and I hope to see you here moving forward.